the feast of Our Lady of Carmel. Our last presenter is Carlo Vaniglia. Carlo is a post-World War II immigrant from Sicily to the near west side, and has been in touch with Our Lady of Pompeii for the last X number of years. I can't do the math. Carlo, would you like to use the mic?
Good afternoon. My name is Carlo Vaniglia. I was born in Sicily. I came here when I was 4 years old in 1960, and we moved to the Taylor Street area. And at that time, Taylor Street was very, very one of the largest Italian neighborhoods in the city. And our first church was Our Lady of Pompeii. And in Chicago, your parish is like your neighborhood. It's like today when people ask where you're from, I'll say Our Lady of Pompeii or Taylor Street. It's the exact same thing like in our hometowns in Italy. In my town, which was about 40,000 people, they ask what neighborhood you're from, you say the name of the church. So to me, in my hometown, I'm from Santa Maria, Chicago, I'm from Our Lady of Pompeii. But the history of Our Lady of Pompeii goes back to our Holy Guardian Angel Church on the west side. And Holy Guardian Angels started, was on around the Taylor and Des Plaines Street area, which is east of the Expressway. And even Our Lady of, Holy Guardian Angels started being from, I don't want to say, it was a mission. Who really got it started was a Father Ponziglione. Father Ponziglione was a Jesuit who ministered to the American Indians in the far west. And when he retired, he was brought to Holy Family Church on Roosevelt Road to be the historian. But when Father Ponziglione got to Chicago and he realized that the Italians didn't even have a parish, he decided to do something about it, and he started the Holy Guardian Angel Mission. And once they started the mission, they started to work to build a parish. They got the parish done, and in a few years it was overcrowded. So as soon as it got overcrowded, there was a need for another church on the west side, and that's how Our Lady of Pompeii got started.
What's the date? Is it 1912, 14?
Our Lady of Pompeii was built in 1911. 1911, which we just celebrated 100 years, not so long ago. And Holy Guardian Angels was in 1899. But it's interesting to know that it took like 20 to 30 years before the Italians got an Italian church on the west side. Because the immigration started in the 1870s, you know, and then in the 1900s.
We talked about that earlier. The early immigrants, mainly male, they didn't support the church very well. They were not really settled when the women started coming.
Yeah. So Our Lady of Pompeii, the reason that they gave the names of Our Lady of Pompeii to the church was because most of the people in the area were from the Naples area. But on Taylor Street, I've been doing research, and I got like over 100 different towns and villages that people came from, and I'm still not even done. And they came from basically from every region of southern Italy. But the most were the Neapolitans, especially from a town called Acerra, which is in the province of Naples. And today, still a lot of times people talk about Taylor Street and they still take it as a Neapolitan neighborhood. You know? And I moved out of the parish when I was 13, and we moved to the southwestern suburbs. And like anything else, I thought the church would always be there forever, so I took it for granted. But then in, I think it's like 1995 or 96, when they started talking about closing the parishes, I couldn't believe it. Because to me, if you get rid of a parish, the neighborhood completely, you'd lose it. Because nowadays, if it wasn't for the church, I had no reason to go there. My friends are gone, whatever. So the Catholic Church is very important in an Italian neighborhood. that's why I started going back every Sunday to Pompeii and doing whatever I could to keep it alive and keep it going. And it's very important that Italians get back to their churches and support them. And I have a lot of fun doing it, and I wish to continue for another 100 years.
Mention a little bit about your project last June.
Well, doing research on Pompeii, being that I was born in Italy, when I came to the United States, Our Lady of Pompeii was more Italian-American than Italian-born. Okay, and sometimes there's a little bit of a difference between Italian-born and Italian-speaking people. So I started doing research on Pompeii, whatever we could do to get people to come back. And I realized that there was a lot, back in the 30s, it was very Italianized. Everything was in the Italian language. Everything was the masses, everything. And and I realized that there was a lot of events that they held with the Italian government. Masses for certain politicians that died, whatever. So I was trying to incorporate back the Italianità back into the church. So what I started was the Festa della Repubblica, which is the Feast of the Italian Republic, to try to invite Council General back to the parish, bring back some of the original culture. And it's worked out pretty good. We've been having a pretty good turnout. Last year, it rained on that day. It wasn't that great, but...
But you also celebrated the religious feast.
We also have Festa di Tutti Santi.
No, the one June 2nd.
June 2nd is the Festa della Repubblica.
And the Catholic one?
Well, last year we had it was the Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Because they fell on the same day.
Yeah, you put them together, the church and the state, the religion and state.
Yeah, so, but in August, we started having, it was called originally a picnic. It's not a picnic, it's a festival we have in the park right across the street from the church, which that's like the biggest fundraiser because now we got to support ourselves at Our Lady of Pompeii. The Scalabrinis left us, they went away, and we have to do everything on our own. Whatever repairs we need, we have to pay for it. So one of the biggest fundraisers we have is the Festa di Tutti Santi. And the name, we used to just call it the festival, but years ago I kind of talked to the board of giving it the name of Festa di Tutti Santi so that we could celebrate all the different patron saints in the Chicago area who don't have a home no more. To come to Pompeii, that our doors are open for all the different Italian patron saints. So that was the reason that we gave it a Festa di Santi. And that's been our biggest fundraiser of keeping the doors open at Our Lady of Pompeii.
Okay, well, very good. Any questions, comments? Yes, Arthur.
How's the boiler fundraising going?
And I just heard about that the other couple of weeks ago.
I was there
I saw you there. That was the first I heard about it because all of a sudden out a window came. That's when we realized that the heat's not working. But the Father Fragomeni is going to let us know more about it. But you know what? If you're a very devout Italian Catholic, a little bit of cold isn't going to hurt.
Yeah. Solar energy is the answer. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. My grandparents were from that parish. They were from Acheta, so my mother was born there. Everyone was married there. But whenever I go there, I wonder how is like the renovation, restoration coming along. I know that's been something you've been trying to address.
You know, the restoration, the important parts like the roof, top pointing, and the electrical, that's all done. Now all of a sudden this boiler situation showed up, which they got some donations. The only thing that has to be done is to restore the inside.
Right.
Which for me, believe it or not, if it was up to me, and I always told Father Fragomeni, I would rather leave it the way it is. Because when you restore something, you could over-restore it and it loses a lot of the character. For instance, the pews, fix them. When I go there, I used to sit in those pews when I was an altar boy. So they bring back a lot of memories. You know, we don't have to have everything, 100% perfect. And, we go to Italy and we love those old churches and the old way things look. So If it was up to me, I'd save the money on the interior, do something else.
Very good. If there are no more questions, I'd like to